always on the 8s of the hour on the Weather Channel.
Look at the forecast for the whole country coming up here in mere moments on the Weather Channel. First, we'll start with a specific look at the action in the Pacific with our Pacific Update here at the Weather Channel. Here's the action. Well, not much right now. A little bit of precipitation around Seattle, around Quileute. We're dealing with rainfall now, but more to come. More action here kind of riding up and over a big protective ridge thanks to the jet stream, giant river of air aloft, has been keeping things consistently stable across the west, but up and over this big amplitude ridge, we're dealing with a big wavy pattern to bring more misery along the coast of the U.S., the East Coast, in a few days. We'll talk about that coming on the way. Just a few showers now, able to make it in a bit to get high pressure fairly stable, not letting it too much happen yet, but still some showers kicking in around Seattle, and also some snowfall in the highest of elevations across Washington and a bit of Oregon, too. How do we fare for the day? 47 to Portland, 46 to Seattle, Boise, 39, Salt Lake City, 30, 43, Mile High City, not exactly mile-high warmth, but not bad. 43 around Aurora and Littleton for the day. Phoenix, 57. How about this? L.A., not bad, 69 for the day. Going to kick it up again, may see some 70s. Nice day to be around a Studio City or and around Burbank, looking good. San Francisco, 53 around Oakland for the high, too. Cooling off now in the Bay, 46, 22 to Reno, 51 to San Diego, and even El Paso on the cool side at 34. Break it down a bit at pass level, 29 for the Stampede Pass, Yakima, 31, 37 to Sacramento, and Blue Canyon, 43, Tahoe Valley, 27, 47 to Long Beach, and 46 around the Civic Center. Let's look at quakes, and not too far from Los Angeles. There were some quakes to talk about in Southern Cal, and including some that happened around Nyland, also some around Westmoreland. Actually, a couple of them around Westmoreland. Also around Nyland, some additional quakes were felt. Ontario, and also around Trona and Ontario and Anza. As we look into Northern California, a few more things to talk about, including some around the geysers, also around Mammoth Lakes. Additionally, there were a few to talk about that happened around Deep Springs. Again, Mammoth Lakes receiving several. Nothing for Washington or Oregon, but into southern Alaska. We did see a quake there around a 4.0 magnitude. Here's a look at the forecast, the Pacific regional forecast for the day. The big ridge I talked about, big high pressure. Yeah, it's there. Big stable action across the west, but still some moisture able to work its way in, just not too far yet. The big up and over pattern is going to create a mess. I mean, a mess in just another day. We'll be talking more about that coming up. Rain, though, and some snow, highest of elevation. Still high pressure keeps the stability around for Phoenix. Nice day around Scottsdale, driving Camelback, looking good. I might see some wind kicking towards San Francisco. Also towards Sacramento, L.A., not a bad day, plenty of sunshine. We'll start it off with sunshine, L.A. in the 40s. Cool here, 34 towards Santa Barbara, though. 75 around the Civic Center, Long Beach looking good. San Diego in the 70s, too. Like that. 34 to Sacramento, waking up foggy and winding up sunny with a few clouds. High about 50 degrees, 60 toward the Bay. around San Francisco, around Sausalito too. Portland and Seattle, cool days in the 40s. As we started off, we don't warm it up much either. Temps holding on to the 50s. Rain for Seattle and Portland. A few clouds, 54 toward Coos Bay. Right now we're dealing with some rain and high elevation snow in the northwest. In the middle, though, plenty of snow to talk about, including the Dakotas and into a bit of Nebraska. Also into Minnesota, where we could see some additional light snow around Minneapolis, St. Paul. Other snow, yeah, around Cleveland we're seeing a bit. And of course the coast, the big story, lots of snow still coming down. Around New York City, this is just nothing. This is kind of an appetizer for the main course on the way in a couple of days. New York City, well, we're seeing snowfall now around and toward West Hampton. We had some rain and snow earlier. At times there's been a little mix of this. Hartford, though, starting to clear out just a smidgen. Providence and Boston still snowy. Even around Newton, we could keep a little light snow around for the morning. If you're out around Georgetown tonight, you saw the snow earlier. And it's wrapping itself up pretty fast. We'll start to let things kind of get out of the way of New York City and also around Philadelphia, too, as more snow is now leaving Philly and even Jersey getting out of the snowfall now. Cleveland, not much happening, but earlier some additional lake effect snow. In Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County, some light snowfall, and still starting to talk around Pittsburgh, too. We're bringing in just a bit. Time for the good evening forecast to see just how good of a day we get into. The big mess maker in the northeast exiting, boom, on the way. As quickly as it showed up, it's out of here. Well, the big fronts across the country, if you can call them big right now, they're just kind of starved for moisture and attention. Not much happening. Middle, maybe Kansas City. You could see some snowfall around Des Moines, too, Milwaukee. And additionally, we'll see a little action with some rain in parts of Louisiana, maybe around Baton Rouge. Maybe New Orleans could get a little bit wet. Some snows in the west, but primarily snow, the big story. Now, the Clipper-type system to usher in cooler air, but not much widespread snowfall. Most of this all falling in form of snow. You saw the precipitation or the liquid amounts of that. Snowfall to speak of across the west.
Yep. Let's get right outside for details from Cecily Tynan, joining us tonight with the latest from AccuWeather. Cecily?
Well, Rob, the snow is still falling here on City Avenue very lightly. It should be coming to a close in the next couple of hours. Then temperatures are going to be dropping into the 20s, so the untreated roads, the bridges and the overpasses are the areas we're concerned about. This won't be a widespread icing event. Action radar showing that the storm system is finally pulling out to sea, and this is one of those storms. It's been snowing all day, but we really don't have a lot to account for it because temperatures have been above freezing, so it's been melting as it hits. And there you can see the dry air is beginning to enter Philadelphia. So we're saying goodbye to this storm, and we're getting set to say hello to another one. Now, overnight, this is what you can expect. The call from AccuWeather, we'll see clearing conditions, getting windy, the overnight low dropping to the upper 20s, so again, be careful. There will be some icy spots. Tomorrow should be a pretty nice day. It's going to be cold, sunny, and brisk. Our afternoon high only 38 degrees, and tomorrow will be a day you can kind of catch your breath, go into the closet, take out all the winter gear because we have a major storm system heading our way Monday night into Tuesday. One of those days you're not going to just need the shovels, you may need the snow blowers, and we will tell you just how much snow we're expecting. It's a lot coming up in the AccuWeather 5-day forecast. Rob?
Sounds serious. Thanks, Cecily. Now let's get an up-close look at the roads themselves and efforts to keep them ice-free tonight. Action News reporter Matt O'Donnell is live at the PennDOT yard in Bridesburg with that story. Matt?
Rob, it's going to be a busy night for PennDOT. Needless to say, they got a salt truck here filled with salt. They got more salt in the salt dome, and they're going out for a run maybe in about an hour from now. It did get off to a bad start, however, earlier tonight, needless to say, and it had nothing to do with slippery roads. The salt trucks were certainly out in force tonight, but one of them got into a little trouble at around 5:30. A salt truck hired by PennDOT, traveling northbound on I-95, hit an exit sign just below Cotman Avenue. It caused the sign to lean over almost 4 lanes of traffic. PennDOT says the truck apparently had its back end raised up too high, causing the mishap. Traffic was backed up for more than an hour. No one was hurt, but the salt truck was a bit damaged. PennDOT has already salted the roadways twice tonight, hoping to prevent the already wet surfaces from freezing into sheets of ice. It's the first big one this winter season.
Tonight's a little initiation. It's a good start to get used to the kinks and everything out there, and hopefully we'll be ready for, looks like Monday, another storm supposed to be coming on.
But Nick Martino and the rest of the people at PennDOT are more concerned about the conditions over the next 6 hours. And this time they'll have a new weapon in their hands. It's called Road Watch, a sensor mounted on the side of PennDOT cars. It gives the air temperature, which is the smaller readout, and the ground temperature seen on the bottom. Obviously, 32 degrees, the freezing mark, is the danger zone. A handy tool for nights like tonight. Of course, the old-fashioned tool, salt, is also on hand, and there's still a lot more to go around.
We're going to be here all night. We're going to be going as long as it takes. We have crews that are out throughout 95 and all our interstate areas on 76. And we're just going to sit back and make sure everything goes smooth tonight.
I-95 moving well, both northbound and southbound. As you take a look live here in Bridesburg again, we should point out something we always point out to these times, and that is that the bridges are always colder than the actual roadways in temperatures. So when you go on the bridges and elevated portions of the roadways, be careful. Of course, you should be careful anywhere you drive. And as we said, PennDOT is here. They got a salt truck and more in the salt dome ready to go. I'm Matt O'Donnell, live in the Action Cam in Bridesburg.
Thanks, Matt. It all started with a persistent snowfall all day. Let's take a look at Richboro, Bucks County tonight. You can get an idea of the amount of snowfall out this way by the accumulation on cars and other surfaces that were cold enough to hold the snow. Roadways generally manageable, but are wet and slippery with slush. And as we've been saying, that could change over to more of an icy threat as the temperatures fall overnight. In New Jersey, snowplow crews are on the alert like here on the Atlantic City Expressway in Williamstown. But again, the real danger is not the accumulation. It could be the slush turning to ice during the night. The good news is there won't be a rush hour in the morning since it's a Sunday, so you might want to think twice before going out tomorrow morning. Those motorists who were out tonight on major highways didn't seem to be bothered by the day of falling snow. This, the Blue Route, 470.
Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Channel. I'm Christina Abernathy. If you've ever heard El Nino called Enso or El Nino Southern...
Sport and all the sports for that matter. Today on his 22nd birthday, Tiger Woods was named the Associated Press Male Athlete of the Year. Woods pushed golf to unprecedented